Hi, beautiful people. How are ya? I hope you're having a great day. Today, I'm going to talk about pre and probiotics. This is part of the Cure series. I hope you've watched the other videos. So far in this topic, I've provided a lot of information, and I've created a playlist titled, Is There a Cure? So I hope you'll check that out. There's a lot more to finding a probiotic than I thought. All products aren't created equal. So I hope this information will help you find one that works for you. Here we go. The prebiotic should contain no FODMAPs. According to hopkinsmedicine.org, FODMAPs are fermentable, this, and this, and polyols, which are short-chain carbohydrates, sugars, that the small intestine absorbs poorly. If you have IBS or SIBO, a short-term 2 to 6 weeks elimination type diet of FODMAPs can help you identify the foods that cause your symptoms. If your prebiotic or probiotic contains a high FODMAP prebiotic, typically labeled as inulin, FOS, GOS, XOS, or chicory root, your condition could be made worse. According to Native Formulas, their product does not include FODMAPs. But trust me, there are other products out there that don't contain FODMAPs as well. Histamine levels can be increased by typical probiotic products, according to Native Formulas. So I looked this up. Apparently, this is true, but only a few of them will. It's a strain-specific feature, just like there are some that can help with histamine intolerance. There's a strain that has a gene that triggers histamine production. And that's something that I needed to know about since dust mites and certain weeds outside cause me issues, among other things. Some lactobacilli, commonly used in the production of fermented dairy products, can produce histamine. And so fermented foods tend to contain high levels of histamine. There's a whole list of probiotic good bacteria that has been found not to contain or produce histamine. A few of them are Lactobacilli gasseri, don't know if I'm saying that or pronouncing that right, and Bifidobacterium bifidum has been shown also not to produce histamine. I've listed the site to Fact versus Fitness below that has the whole list. The probiotics to avoid are also listed on that site, so that's interesting. So if histamines are not an issue for you, this won't matter. But for those of us with allergies, this is important to know. There are others who have low histamine, but also provide some other great benefits. According to Review Scout, find a probiotic with a minimum of 45 billion CFUs per dose, and there should be at least 14 unique strains. Diversity is important. Check the label next to each substrain with the trademark or registered symbol to be sure the strain has undergone clinical testing. Examples are Bifidobacterium longum and the substrain SD-BB536-JP, which may also be listed on the bottle, or a substrain SDBR3IT for Bifidobacterium breve or breve, a high-quality brand, will list the strain and a combination of letters and numbers. So it'll look like this. So look for those letters and numbers after the strain. A good probiotic will not use a plastic bottle because they can absorb too much moisture, which causes lower strain survival rates and a shorter shelf life overall. But there are bottled probiotics that have unique bottling to protect what's inside. According to Consumer Reports, plant-based and fermented foods can provide a variety of microbes. When you eat fermented foods, you'll also get their acids and enzymes. When taking a probiotic, you need to feed them. And the more you feed them, the greater the abundance and diversity in the gut. They eat fiber, which is a prebiotic, and it's important to take or eat proper amounts of prebiotics. Good sources of fiber to feed the microbes are artichokes, asparagus, garlic, onions, and whole grains. I like all of that. But if a FODMAP diet is followed, artichokes, asparagus, garlic, and onions, along with wheat-based products, can aggravate the gut. This is when choosing a prebiotic is important. And I think it can often depend upon how miserable you feel and whether what you're taking or eating is making you that miserable. Not all probiotics are created equal. Choose a probiotic based on your need with the above criteria. To be considered efficacious, according to a 2015 study, researchers stated that probiotics should have the capacity to survive the GI tract with a high resistance to gastric acids, the lack of any transferable antibiotic-resistant genes, and the capacity to exert clear benefits in the host. That's a huge asking, but something that we should look into when we're researching a particular probiotic. Allergen-free and non-GMO, vegan, gluten, dairy, soy, nuts, shellfish, sesame, and glyphosate tested, allergy-free might be what you're looking for. Glyphosate is an herbicide. I don't want that in my probiotic. And some might want it to be corn tested with no binders and no preservatives. And lastly, soil-based organisms, or SBOs, are resistant to heat and humidity. But not everybody agrees on that because a biofermented blend is preferred by some as a probiotic. So this is a lot to consider. I'll probably need to rewatch this myself multiple times as I'm looking at probiotics and prebiotics and trying to make a determination of what I need. So I hope this made sense to you. And I hope you watch the series. If you have lingering questions, please let us know in the comment section. I send you gentle hugs and support. Love you. According to David. So be sure the strain has undergone. To be sure, the strain has undergone. But if a FODMAP